Hello, Squidlings. My name is Ted. I'm this squid. Over there is my co-host Shiva. We make videos about whatever. Maybe one video every month if I feel like it. I'm getting a PhD here in Okinawa at the Institute of Science and Technology. So some of my videos are about machine learning, but some of my videos are just me playing video games because getting a PhD is hard, and sometimes I just want to have fun.
Yes! Kill for me! Kill! We're doing it. We got this.
I also make videos mentioning Buddhism a lot because I think Buddhism is really interesting. I wouldn't really call myself a Buddhist myself, but I did hear in a podcast once the difference between a Buddhist and a non-Buddhist is that the non-Buddhist thinks there's a difference. I want to say, sometimes I can come off as pretty big-headed and pretentious, but I don't always know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I know exactly what I'm talking about, but don't take me too seriously, Squidlings. Don't take me too seriously. I'm just some guy. I'm just some squid. So I want to tell you a story. It's a story from Buddhism. It's about a monk about 700 AD named Bodhidharma. I don't know if they're literally a historical figure, or maybe he's like a folk hero or a mythological figure. But there are a lot of stories about Bodhidharma. Some of them, I mean, even if they're a historical figure, I don't know if I can believe some of these stories. But he's always teaching people about sunyata. Sunyata, I think that's Sanskrit, and it's usually translated to emptiness or openness. The idea that we shouldn't be attached to concepts because they don't intrinsically exist the way that we think of them. So you always have to keep your eyes open to figure out how things are actually working.
Only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
It's said that Bodhidharma brought Buddhism from India in the far west to Far East Asia. He didn't make it to Japan, but he's a very popular figure in Japan. If you watch a lot of anime, like me and Shiva over here, you've probably seen like a doll shaped kind of like this, where it's like a bean. It's like a bean guy. That's Bodhidharma. That's called a Daruma, and it's supposed to look like Bodhidharma after he was meditating for so long that his arms and legs fell off. What a badass. I think that's an example of a story that I can't completely take literally. But there's another great story. This one's a lot more... I love this story. It's a lot more plausible. I don't know if it actually happened, but it's a lot more plausible. It's the story of Bodhidharma meeting the Emperor of China. Now, Buddhism was already pretty popular in China, and the Emperor of China, Emperor Wu, had Bodhidharma brought to the throne room, and he told Bodhidharma, "Bodhidharma, you're spreading Buddhism, and I love that. Keep it up. But I just want to tell you, when you're in China, did you see all the Buddhist temples you passed? All those statues of Sakyamuni Buddha, all those monks and nuns? Well, I'm the emperor. I made all that happen. Those are my temples. Those are my statues. Those are my monks. Those are my nuns. So tell me, how much divine merit have I gotten by being such an awesome Buddhist?" He's really expecting that Bodhidharma will say something like, "You are the greatest emperor, Emperor Wu. I can see the Buddha in your eyes." But Bodhidharma didn't say that. He said, "How much divine merit have you earned?" "None." And the Emperor of China, he's really confused now, looking around at all the temples and statues and monks and nuns, and he says, then what's the point? What's the point of Buddhism? And Bodhidharma says, there isn't one. And now the Emperor of China, now he's just pissed. And he asks, "Who the hell do you think you are?" And Bodhidharma says, "I'm just some guy." And I think that's, I like that description of sunyata. Bodhidharma knew the emptiness of all things, so he didn't see this as meeting the emperor. He just saw it as some guy meeting some guy. And I like that.
The Oracle will see you now.
If you watch any videos on my channel, I hope you understand, I'm just some guy. And I think you're just some guy too. Sorry, I'm a squid and you're my squidling. And I'm taking you with me. So I want to compare this story to another story. This one is from Terry Pratchett, Sir Terry Pratchett. He's an Englishman, an author. He was knighted. I believe he died about 10 years ago. He's most famous for the Discworld series. It's a series, I think it's like 30 or 40 books, parody, satire, fantasy. And they're great. You know, I totally recommend them. But I think my favorite part in any Discworld book is a footnote describing the monks of Cool. Now, the monks of Cool, they're cool monks. And that sounds pretty pretentious right off the bat, doesn't it? And in order to join the monks of Cool, you have to prove to the monks that you're cool. I mean, what gives them the right to judge that? So in order to prove that you're cool, you gotta go into their gigantic walk-in closet, and in there, there's so many clothes, you gotta pick up the clothes and make a fashion. You have to make a new fashion, and it has to be cool. And that's even worse. I mean, who are these monks to say, oh, that's a cool fashion? Oh, no, that's not a cool fashion. What gives them the right to do that? But that's the tricky part. The way that you become a monk of cool, the way that you convince the monks of cool that you're cool, is you walk into that closet and you make up a fashion and you come out and say, of course it's cool. I'm wearing it. And I love that. That's fucking genius. So if Emperor Wu wanted to join the monks of cool, he'd go into that closet and he'd pick out clothes and he'd get this fashion and he would walk out and say, all right, am I cool? And those monks would say, no, you're not cool.
Look in your heart and ask yourself, are you funky enough to be a globetrotter?
Yes. Are you? I mean, with time, my funk level could...
Are you?
No.
Now, Bodhidharma, he's famously a very ugly man. he's famous for being so ugly. If I was casting a movie about Bodhidharma would be Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito, he's not the most attractive man in the world, but everyone loves him. Bodhidharma, he's famously ugly. Everyone loves him. So if Bodhidharma was bringing Buddhism along the Discworld, and he went to the monks of Cool, and he had to convince the monks of Cool that Buddhism was cool, he wouldn't even need to walk into the closet. Oh, Bodhidharma, he was cool when he walked in.
Give me some skin, prof. I'm making you an honorary globetrotter. In fact, everybody in this room's an honorary globetrotter.
Did you just say?
Too late, hot plate.
Good Lord, what a... You know, I think my YouTube channel, it can be kind of cringe. But it's my cringe. I want to wear that cringe like my heart on my sleeve. All right. Oh, look at this cat. Oh, he's very cuddly. He's a very cuddly cat. I'll also say, I think my videos usually end with me talking about Patreon. You don't need to give me anything on Patreon. I think it would be really cool if like a bajillion subscribers gave me like $1 bajillion. But I mean, I mostly have that at the end of the video because that's how YouTube videos are supposed to end, right? All right. I'll see you, squidlings. Bye-bye.